10 seconds. Half a minute max. Yeah, we are live.
Okay. Mukam karoti vachalam, pankum lankayate girim, yat kripa tamaham vande, paramananda madhamam. Srimate Ramanujaya namaha. Nam Sanatana Dharmatin Paramparyathai, ஆச்சாரியர்களின் அனுகிரகத்தால் 79 ஆண்டுகளாக இடையறாது மக்களிடம் கொண்டு சேர்த்து வரும் ஸ்ரீ ராமகிருஷ்ண பஜன சபாவின் ஆடி மாச உபன்யாச மகோத்சவத்திற்கு அனைவரையும் அன்புடன் வரவேற்கிறோம். It's my privilege and immense pleasure on behalf of the organizers to welcome each one of you to the 79th Adi Month Upanyasa Mahotsavam's online segment. For nearly 8 decades, this Mahotsavam has been a cherished tradition, presenting and propagating the timeless wisdom of our scriptures through the eloquent words of distinguished scholars. We offer our humble pranams to the visionaries whose dedication has enabled the spiritual tradition to continue uninterrupted for 79 glorious years. From July 27th to August 2nd, we had a week-long live Upanyasams at Udumalpet, which concluded yesterday by none other than Dr. Venkatesh and Sri Velikudi Krishnan Swami. Both of them, they rendered discourses spanning a week. Today is the first day of our online segment. Today's Sakshi Gopal is one of the most inspiring episodes, illustrating the Lord's unwavering commitment to truth and his boundless compassion towards his devotees. We are indeed delighted to have with us Srimati Radhika Kasturi as this evening's speaker. By profession, Srimati Radhika is an IT audit management professional. She is the granddaughter of Bhakti Ratna Udvalpet Sri V. Srinivasan Iyengar, the renowned patron of Nama Sankirtanams and Upanyasams, inheriting a rich legacy of devotion and service to our Sampradaya. She has received spiritual Diksha from His Holiness Srivan Shatakopa Sri Ranganatha Yatindra Mahadeshikan, the 46th Arge singer of Sri Ahobilamat. She has undergone systematic study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and other sacred scriptures. She has also earned the prestigious Bhakti Shastri degree awarded by ISKCON. We extend our heartfelt welcome to Srimati Radhika Kasturi and eagerly await her enlightening discourse on Sakshi Gopal. Over to you, Radhika. Namaskar.
Thank you, Chitraka. I really appreciate that introduction. Okay, let's start with our prayers. Ramanuja Dayapatram Jnana Vairagya Bhushanam Srimad Venkatanathaaryam Vande Vedanta Desikam Lakshminatha Samarambam Nadayamunam Udyamam Asmatacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Yo Nityam Achyuta Padambuja Yugma Rukma Vyamoha Tatas Tatitarani Trinaya Mene Asmat Kuror Bhagavatausya Tayaka Sindhoho Ramanujasya Sharanam Sharanam Prapatye Mata Pita Yuvatayas Tanaya Vibhuti Yadeva Nemena Matanvayanam Atyasyanat Kulapaterva Kulapi Ramam Srimat Tatankri Yugalam Pranamami Mutna Bhudam Sarasah Mahadak Vayabhattanada Sri Bhakti Sara Kulashekara Yogi Vahan Bhaktang Grihenum Parakala Yatintra Mishram Srimat Parankusha Munim Pranatosmi Nityam. Tata Udadanyan Shri Krishna Bhakta Varyantam Srimad Bhagavata Priyam Shri Krishna Premai Mitram Cha Shri Srinivasacharyam Ashraye Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Bhashyayata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Shrunuvata Swagata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridayantasto hi abhadrani vidunoti sugrit satam Nashtaprayeshu abhatreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. Before I start my lecture here, I want to bow down to lotus feet of all the Vaishnavas, take your blessings and speak Krishna Katha. Vansha kalpa tarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. I hope Tata and Babu Pati are showering their endless love and heartfelt blessings upon us. I want to express my gratitude to Amma and Appa and Ramakrishna Bhajan Sabha for allowing me to talk on this topic of Sakshi Gopal. And this auspicious month of Adi, we are celebrating the 79th year, and I'm extremely blessed to be a part of this great endeavor. Hare Krishna. Now let's get into the pastime. This Sakshi Gopal's pastime is taken from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, a sacred biography describing the life and teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It was written by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, a great devotee and scholar in Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition. In this pastime, specifically, Nityananda Prabhu, who is the close companion of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he is revered as Lord Balaram, narrates this pastime, that is the Sakshi Gopal pastime, to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Lord Krishna in the mood of Sri Radha. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu listened to the episode that was being narrated by Nityananda Prabhu with great happiness, and he lovingly enjoyed hearing the pastime of Lord Gopal. So let's get into the pastime and see what this pastime has to tell us, right? So as I said, the author of this Chaitanya Charitamrita is Sri Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami. Now, the author has said that there are two Brahmanas. In the story, there are two Brahmanas, and both are from Vidyanagar, which is in the present day Andhra Pradesh. And both of them, they are traveling on a tirtha or a pilgrimage, on a yatra. So we will be seeing some Bengali verses quoted from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela. So we will try to go over the Bengali verses, and I'm going to try to explain you the meaning of the verses as well. Purve Nityanagarera duito brahmana tirtha kori bhare duhe kori laghamana. Interestingly, out of the two Brahmanas, one is old and the second one is young, who's always assisting him throughout the yatra. Where all did they go in the yatra? Gaya Varanasi Prayaga Sakala Koriya Mathurate Aila Duhe Anandita Hoya. So during this yatra, they went to different places. Gaya, Varanasi, Prayag. Kaviraj Goswami sir, he says they went to Gaya, Varanasi, Prayag. They went to all these places. Mathurate Aila Duhe Anandita Hoya. And finally, they both came to Mathura and Anandita Hoya, and they were filled with happiness in Mathura. Vana yatraya vana dekhi Govardhana Dwadasha vana dekhi seshe gele Vrindavana. After reaching Mathura, they started visiting the different forests in Vrindavan and then came to Govardhan, dekhi Govardhana. They came to the Govardhan hill and then they came to the town of Vrindavan. They entered the town of Vrindavan now. And our author mentions that they took snan at Yamuna, and finally they came to the Govindaji temple in Vrindavan. Vrindavane Govinda Sthane Mahadevalaya Semandira Gopalera Mahaseva Hoya. The interesting point of this information is that in the temple of Govinda Dev, that is Radha Govinda Dev in Vrindavan, our Gopalji, he's the hero of our story. He's the Nayak. So our Sakshi Gopal is the hero of the story, and he was actually there in the Govinda temple in that area. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami mentions that these two Brahmanas, once they went to all these places, after visiting the places, they came and took the darshan of Gopal deity. They were so captivated by the deity's beauty that they were not able to leave that place. Gopala Saundarya Duhara Mana Nilahari Sukha Pana Rahe Tahan Dina Dui Chari. Gopala Saundarya, they saw the beauty of Gopal and they were not able to leave. About 2 to 4 days, they spent time in the temple and they couldn't leave. What to speak of going to Vidyanagar, back to South India? They couldn't even leave the temple. That the darshan of Gopal was so captivating that they didn't want to go anywhere else. So they were just simply standing and taking darshan of Lord Gopal. Now, during this whole trip, going to all the different tirthas, and of course, they were honoring Prasadam, this younger Brahmana was helping the older Brahmana climb up the stairs, climb down the stairs, making sure that his clothes were safe while he was bathing in the ghat. Like this younger Brahmana was serving the older Brahmana very, very menially. This is what was happening in the pilgrimage spot. Now, what happens next? Chota vipra kore sada tahara sevaya viprera tushta hoilamana. He serves him like a servant. And this goes on in such a way that the older Brahmana is feeling very touched by what this younger Brahmana is doing to him. And Kaviraj Goswami explains that the older Brahmana mentions this younger Brahmana with folded hands. He's telling him, "You're serving me so lovingly, right? You're serving me so lovingly, beta." Like this older Brahmana with folded hands, he's saying this to the younger Brahmana. Viprabale tumi mora bahu seva koila sahaya hoya more titakara ila. The older Brahmana told the younger Brahmana, "See, you have rendered various types of services to me, and you have assisted me in traveling to all these places of pilgrimage." And then he mentions, "Putrero pitara aiche nakore sevan, tomara prashade ami na paila mashram." Even a son, putrero pitra aiche, na kore sevan. Even a son doesn't serve his father like this. And we are not even connected. Blood relations, we are not blood related, right? But you're serving me so, so lovingly. I have nothing to offer you, but I'm really touched by what you're doing to me. You don't have to do this. It's not that your spiritual master or your Gurudev gave you this instruction. "Oh, you know what? You have to serve this old man." No. But you're lovingly serving me without any strings attached. I don't know what I can give you. There is nothing that I can give you. And here, Kaviraj Goswami, he mentions that this service that this younger Brahmana was offering to this older Brahmana, it was ahaituki and apratihata. What does ahaituki and apratihata means? It was selfless and it was uninterrupted. And it was also consistent in all places. And this Brahmana, this younger Brahmana, he didn't want anything in return. So now, the older Brahmana, he expresses his gratitude not just through words. Let's see what he's doing, how he's reciprocating his love to this younger Brahmana. Kritagnata hoya tomaya nakaila samana atayeva tomaya ami diba kanya dhana. So the older Brahmana, he looks at this younger Brahmana and he says, "There is nothing I can do for you except for giving a Nija Moradhan. Whatever is my wealth, I want to give it to you. And my wealth that I have is the heart of my daughter." Right? So the reason I want to give my daughter to you is because I want to keep close to you. I don't want to forget this relationship. I'm an old person, you see. No one likes old people. Even at home, I'm not very much respected. But now I'm coming to this foreign land and you're serving me so much. I wish you can be my son-in-law. That way you can take care of my daughter like the way you take care of me, in a very, very nice and loving way. If I don't show respect to you, I would be ungrateful. So in this way, I'll have a nice son-in-law in the form of your personality. Now, upon hearing this, our younger Brahmana, Kaviraj Goswami, he explains, he offers his words of humility. What does he say? Chota vipra kahe suna vipraya mahashaya asambhava kaha kena yei nahi hoya. The younger Brahmana is saying, my dear sir, please hear me. Chota vipra kahe, the younger Brahmana is speaking now. Suna vipra mahashaya asambhava kaha kene yei nahi hoya. You're saying something very unusual, asambhav. Very, very unusual. Such a thing never happens. And then he says, Mahakulina tumi vidya dhanadi pravina ami akulina aradhana vidya hina. You, as older Brahmana, you have 3 qualities, which I don't have. What are the qualities this older Brahmana is having? You're the most aristocratic family man. You're very well educated. Number 2, you're very rich. And what about me? I'm not at all aristocratic. I don't even have a decent education, and I have no wealth. So this younger Brahmana, he tells the older Brahmana that he is utterly unqualified. Again, we have to note a very important point here. So here, out of humility, holding all in his heart, this younger Brahmana is not erupting in ecstasy, right? Oh, you know what? This is a wonderful proposal that the older Brahmana has proposed to me. Very nice proposal. I've served this older Brahmana and now I'm getting his daughter. Wow, what a deal. If I get his daughter, then I'm going to become aristocratic. My status is going to go higher and I'm going to inherit all the property that belongs to him. He's not thinking any of that, dear devotees. He's not at all. He's just saying, you know what? I didn't serve you for your daughter, right? Kanyadana patrami nahai tomara Krishna pirti kori tomar seva vyavahara. I didn't want anything from you. Then the older Brahmana is asking this younger Brahmana, then why did you serve me? Krishna priti kori tomar seva vyavahara. For that, this younger Brahmana is responding, what inspired you to serve me? When the older Brahmana is asking him, he's saying, very carefully, please listen to this one. This is the most important takeaway from this pastime, I would say. Krishna priti kori tomar seva vyavahara. The spirit of Vaishnava seva is exemplified here. Brahmana sevaya Krishnera priti bada hoya tanhara santoshe bhakti sampatha bhadaya. What's happening? In these 2 verses, our Kaviraj Goswami, he explains what should be a mood of offering service. He's saying, this younger Brahmana has said, I'm not qualified to marry your daughter, nor did I serve you to marry your daughter. I served you for only one reason. I served you for what? He is telling, Brahmana sevaya Krishnera priti bhada hoya, tanhara santoshe bhakti sampatha bhadaya. What does that mean? When Vaishnavas are served, Krishna priti bhada hoya. Krishna becomes happy. And when Krishna becomes happy, bhakti sampatha bhadaya. Bhakti in our heart, it increases, right? So, you know what we think, just because we are not like this younger Brahmana, what we might sometimes think is, we do a favor on others by serving them. But the lesson that is being spoken about here is by serving Vaishnavas, we are not serving them. We are serving ourselves. We are not helping them. We are helping ourselves. We are not investing or doing a favor on them. We are investing and doing a favor on ourselves. Why? Why is that? Isn't it that they are benefiting because we are serving them? No, it's just that we are benefiting. and we are helping ourselves. Why? Because when we serve those who are dear to Krishna in the form of senior Vaishnavas, Krishna becomes very pleased. And when he becomes pleased, what happens? Bhakti in our heart increases. So when Krishna becomes pleased, he showers mercy on us. Let's give this mercy to this guy. And when he showers mercy on us, what happens in turn? Bhakti in our heart increases. And when bhakti in our heart increases, what happens? We become very happy. So what's happening here? So for our own happiness, we are serving senior Vaishnavas or serving senior Vaishnavas. Therefore, the younger Brahmana is saying, my dear sir, I'm not doing this to get something out of you. No, not at all. Please, he's requesting this older Brahmana and telling him, please don't consider me as your son-in-law. Please don't give your daughter to me. That's not why I am serving you. Don't belittle my service. I'm actually trying to do a favor to myself. This older Brahmana says, no, no, no. Actually, it is my heart's desire that I want to offer my daughter to you. Not that you want, but I want this to happen. Next. Bada vipra ko hi tumara nakara samshaya toma ke kanya dibami karila nishaya. See, this older Brahmana is speaking now. Bada vipra kohe. That means older Brahmana. Bada is older. Thume nei khara samshaya thoma ke kanya dibha ami kharila nishchaya. I'm not just frivolously speaking this. See, I really mean it. This younger Brahmana, when he asked, when he humbly told, I'm not serving you to get daughter from you. This older Brahmana is saying, I'm just not frivolously speaking this. I really mean it. Now, it's younger Brahmana's turn to talk. He wanted to speak out of his heart and tell something to this older Brahmana. Chota viprabhale tomara stri putra sabha bahu jati goshti tomar bahuta bandhava. Then he says, Tasabara samati vina nehi kanya dhina rukminira pita bhishmaka tahate pramana. He says, Bhishma kera icha Krishna kanya samarpite putrera virode kanya narila arpite. See, oh dear Mahatma, oh dear great soul, do you remember this younger Brahmana is quoting from the Shastras. Do you remember this 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam? There is the story of Rukmini Devi, and where Rukmini Devi's father Bhishmaka, Bhishmakera icha Krishna kanya samarpite putrera virode kanya narila arpite. What does it mean? Where, you go to this 10th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, in the story, we see Rukmini Devi, where Rukmini Devi's father is Bhishmaka, and he wants to offer his daughter Rukmini to Krishna. But however, Bhishmaka, who's the father, right? But Bhishmaka's son is Rukmi. He is the brother of Rukmini. In that story, we see that Rukmini's father, Bhishmaka, he wants to offer Rukmini to Krishna. But Rukmini's brother, Bhishmaka, Bhishmaka's son, he wants to offer his sister Rukmini to Shishupal. And because Rukmini is very strong, his father Bhishmaka, he kind of agrees half-heartedly. Now, this younger Brahmana is remembering that story from Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto. And he is telling this older Brahmana, see, although I know you want to offer your daughter to me, I think we should go and ask your son, your wife. And because you're all Mahakula, you're all from aristocratic birth. So, he quotes this verse. I mean, it's a relevant verse that's being spoken in the chapter from Bhagavad Gita. Yat yat acharati shreshtas tadat eve taro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokas tat anuvartate. Whatever great persons do, common men follow. So therefore, the younger Brahmana says, I don't want this to be a culture shock for your village. We have seen marriages happen among equal status people, but now the culture is broken because you're proposing aristocratic family girl to me. I'm low born. I don't want people to name you as a bad example, and you set a bad reputation for others to follow. You can give a daughter, you can give a daughter of higher caste to comparatively another Brahmana from a lower standing. You can do that. I don't want you as an example to be quoted for like that. Therefore, the older Brahmana, the younger Brahmana is requesting the older Brahmana, I know you want to offer your daughter to me, but just ask people around. Ask your son, ask your wife, ask others who are relevant, and they may be subordinate to you, but they are answerable. You are answerable to them in a social platform. So what you have to do is you have to start asking your son, your wife, and other people who are relevant to see if this is even a good fit. Now, lessons. What are the lessons that we can learn from this younger Brahmana having spoken like this? So this marital proposal is being discussed, and this younger Brahmana, he remembers from Shastras, 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam talks about Rukmini's story. So whatever we are doing in life, it's important for us to go back to Shastras and learn. So this younger Brahmana using Shastric stories and Shastric perspective to bind into real life, right? This is point number 1. What is point number 2? This Brahmana is teaching us that because we are wealthy, just because if we are of higher caste, just because we have knowledge, we cannot make promises when being happy. Very important point. Very, very important point according to me. Just because we are of higher caste or because we have good knowledge or because we are wealthy, we cannot make promises while being happy. It's a very interesting point. Why? Because the older Brahmana is making this promise that I give my daughter to you right now because he feels very happy. And the younger Brahmana is teaching us, don't take decisions either when you're sad or when you're happy. In real time, people commit suicide and other activities. They end their life and go through a different thought process in life because they prematurely make a decision when they are sad, right? On the other hand, we see people when they are very happy, they make promises, which is like a load later to follow. I'll do this, I'll do that, dam doom. It's very difficult to follow now, right? So we should not make promises when we are happy or when we are sad. Instead, we should learn to pause the situation in life. We don't have to say yes, we don't have to say no, but just think about it. Pause and think with Nija Jana, your own people. That's what he's saying. Think about it, pause, discuss with your own people, and then take a decision. To which the older Brahmana here, he's saying, I agree to your point. I see what you're making. I see your point. But she's my daughter. She's my property. She's not the property of my son. She's my daughter. Bada vipra ko he kanya mora nija dana dite nishe biye kona jana. Mora nija dan. I have maximum right, and whatever people around me say, I can always refute them. I can actually topple all of their arguments and I can establish my point. Let my superiors criticize me. Let my friends leave me. I will still give my daughter to you. The younger Brahmana, he thinks about it and he says, you know that I'm not interested in this marriage. Chota vipra kahe Yadi kanya dite mona gopalera ahe kaha yei satya vachana. Chota Vipra is saying, Yadi kanya dite mona gopalera age kaha e satya vachana. Gopal, I'm not serving you to get your daughter, but you're offering your daughter to me, and I have stuff about me that I am not qualified. You should think about it. You should inquire with your people and then decide. But even after saying this, you're saying, I want to offer my daughter to you. So now it is my Priti Lakshanam that I have to reciprocate to you by accepting your daughter, because I've made my points very clear, but still you're insisting me to marry your daughter. So it's my Preeti Lakshanam to accept your daughter and accept this marriage proposal. But I have one point here, you know. That's where he says, Yadi Kanya Dite Mona Gopalera Age Kaha E Satyavachan. So he's saying, if you have decided to give your younger daughter to me, then say everything before Lord Gopal. Gopal deity is here. You can speak the whole thing in front of Gopal. So let's both walk together in front of Gopal and you speak the whole thing. Whatever you want, you speak before him. The elder Brahmana coming before the Gopal deity, he says, my dear Lord, please witness that I have given my daughter to this boy. And then the younger Brahmana addressed the deity and said, my dear Lord, you are my witness. I shall call you to testify if it's necessary later on. I will definitely call you upon. You know, if it's necessary for me to call you, I will call you later on because you are my witness. The younger Brahmana tells the older Brahmana, I don't want your words to go untrue. And especially, it's coming from the lips of a reverential, experienced Brahmana. I don't want you to get any karmic reaction for lying. I trust you. And this time, the younger Brahmana looks at Gopal and he's like, you're my witness to whatever has happened because there's no one else except you. My Lord, you are my witness. And if I see something opposite to what is happening right now, what has been promised here, I have to come back to you and I have to ask you, what have you heard? And you will have to pronounce as witness. So please remember that. Like this, the younger Brahmana is making this before the deity. So having said this, both Brahmanas, they embrace each other with love. Then they reached their village and they went home. Imagine, this is where we have to open our eyes. Whenever stories are being told, we just have to imagine as if it's happening real time. That's the only way to enjoy every pastime being spoken in Srimad Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita. This older Brahmana, he reaches home and he's filled in anxiety. Why anxiety? What is his anxiety now? In Vrindavan, he gave his word to the younger Brahmana. And how is it going to become true? How am I going to speak to my family? Now, this is the concern for the older Brahmana. I'm not going to quote the Bengali verses here because of our time. So let's just go through the story without the recitation of the Bengali verses, okay? Now, Kaviraj Goswami says, out of anxiety, this older Brahmana, he decided to call in a meeting with his family members. One day, the older Brahmana got his family together and in front of them, he said everything that had happened in Vrindavan. So the older Brahmana speaks his heart out and then he confesses everything that happens there in the Tirtha, all the different travel that he went and did with this younger Brahmana and also the storyline, right? At that time, upon hearing this, the wife of this Brahmana, she starts shouting. And she tells this older Brahmana that this is something very wrong, that you have given a word without our approval. You know what? I feel like consuming poison and dying. And the son starts saying, how dare you speak like this? Never speak like this again. Now to the older Brahmana, he's saying, don't speak like this again. How did you try to give my sister in marriage without my approval? You're old. I'm a young one. I have to decide. It's my responsibility to get my sister married. So the older Brahmana's anxiety actually increased. And he tells his family that if I don't keep my promise or my word, it'll be a very big loss for me. Now the son was there and, the son was listening to this, obviously. And when the older Brahmana spoke like this, you may wonder, what is the loss? The older Brahmana said, I'll set as a bad example As a Vaishnava, I'll be a bad example. This is not how a Vaishnava should be. I should keep up my word. Come what may be, I should keep up my word. So again, this is a beautiful lesson for all of us. This is a thought that the older Brahmana is having, right? In the Dham, to the younger Brahmana, I have given my word. And how do I keep it true? The older Brahmana feels anxious about keeping his word up. So the older Brahmana says, I'm going to set a very bad example if I don't keep my word. People will laugh at me because of that. So if I don't keep my vows, two things can happen. What will happen? I lose my Vaishnava association from those who are trying to get inspiration, and I might be setting a bad example. But when everyone started to threaten his wife, she said she will consume poison, and the other says we will commit suicide. Now this elder Brahmana is thinking about it. I want to save their life also. What to do? What do I do now? The older Brahmana says, you know, if you're threatening that you're going to commit suicide or take poison or other things like this, then I don't know what to do. I'm very confused. When the older Brahmana is speaking like this, the younger son, he says, wait a minute. I have a question. Just wait a minute. I have a question. What is the question? How many people were there when you promised? Tell me. Then we'll figure out. The older Brahmana said, 3 of us. He said, who are the 3? I know you are one. The younger Brahmana is the other one. Who's the third? So the older Brahmana said, there was a Sakshi. Acha, Sakshi hai. Okay. There was a witness. Who was the witness? The older Brahmana said, Gopal in Vrindavan. He was in the deity form. So at that time, the son laughs. And here, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he writes very beautifully. Why are you having chinta? Why are you worrying, Appa? Why are you worrying? My dad, why are you worrying at all? The son said, first of all, this witness that you're talking about is some piece of stone. And that too, it's very, very far away. So first of all, for the stone to be Sakshi is impossible. Secondly, even if he speaks, he's somewhere else. Durdesh, he's somewhere else. We are in Andhra Pradesh and the deity is in Vrindavan. We are not going to go there. He's not going to come here. So how is he going to come and speak? Why are you worrying? You know what? Don't complicate things. I'm just telling you, just don't complicate and make it really hard on people. So the son said, the deity doesn't talk, the deity doesn't walk. But listening to this older Brahmana's anxiety increases further because his heart knows. He is a learned man in Shastras. He knows deity can walk, deity can talk, deity creates, deity destroys. He knows. The older Brahmana knows the deity has ears, eyes, nose. Yes, definitely he can hear. So the older Brahmana was thinking, Acho, my son is committing an aparadh. This is not how it works. So it's interesting to note there are two opposite contradicting viewpoints having been presented by the son and the father. The older Brahmana said, well, the deity can hear. He heard everything. He can speak also, my dear son. For which the son, ha 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 ha, like that he laughs. He says, the deity doesn't hear, the deity doesn't speak, the deity doesn't walk. You're just talking about some blind faith. It's a stone after all. This older man, in his heart, he's praying, my Lord, please protect my son. Please, please, I beg you. He's offending. At this time, the older Brahmana now makes a point. He says, no, come what may be. I'm not going to lie. I want to make this very clear to you, my dear son. I'm not going to lie. For that, the son says, Appa, you don't have to lie. Just be very smart, okay? Try to be smart. The straight trees are cut down first. So be a little crooked. You don't have to lie. You don't have to speak the truth as well. If you speak the truth, what's going to happen? You're losing your daughter to him in marriage. If you lie, you're going to feel sad because you're obviously breaking the Vaishnava etiquette and Brahminical culture and God knows what else. So I don't want you to speak a lie, nor speak the truth. Just say, I don't remember. Just say this. Don't say, I never said it. Don't say, I said it. Just because of my old age, right? It's common. I don't remember. As soon as you say like this, what I will do is, I will jump into the scene and I will, with my word jugglery, defeat the younger Brahmana. So you don't have to absolutely worry about it. Now, imagine, okay, we have these two characters talking with each other. At this point, our Kaviraj Goswami Pad says, the anxiety of the older Brahmanas further increased now. The older Brahmanas' anxiety in life is increased. Again, he's bringing out an important point here for all of us, okay? So that is our circumstance or our situation in life. So many times anxiety in life always happens. So many times we become anxious about a lot of things. What we should do? What did the older Brahmana do? In Ekanta Bhav, in one pointed attention, the older Brahmana remembered Gopal. He remembered the lotus feet of Lord Gopal. He said, my Lord, you help me now. You somehow keep my words true. I know in my heart of hearts, I want to give my daughter to this younger Brahmana. These people don't know about him. May Lord, please help me now. Please help. This is what the older Brahmana is teaching all of us. Whenever we in life have anxiety, our mind is bewildered, obviously. At that time, what we should do? We should take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. And then the older Brahmana is telling to himself that, I gave my word, please protect my promise, O Krishna. May my family who are criticizing the Brahmana, criticizing your identity, you're threatening to give up their life and forcing me to go away from the path of Dharma, please don't punish them. Please, I don't want you to punish these people, even though they are right now talking all this and criticizing that younger Brahmana or criticizing even you. And they are also threatening me that they will give up their life. And they want me to deviate from Brahminical principles. Please don't punish them. So two things have been asked by this older Brahmana. Please protect my promise. And those who are threatening my promise, please protect them also. I take shelter of you, my Lord. Please protect. Now, our author, Kaviraj Goswami Pad, switches the story ahead to say, a day or two later, this younger Brahmana comes home and he wants to talk to this older Brahmana. The older Brahmana is in deep thoughts at that time. At that time, the younger Brahmana, he expresses his thoughts on what happened and he asks for a conclusion to this older Brahmana. Oh, older one, did you decide on what you had promised? And this Brahmana, the older Brahmana, is keeping very quiet. He's not saying yes, he's not saying no. He's not saying even I don't remember. He's just keeping calm and quiet. Right? So only, if you speak, you'll know whether it's right or wrong. But he's thinking in his mind, I'll just be quiet. But by then, the sun comes out. He comes with a stick in his hand and he threatens this younger Brahmana. Look at you. You're like a dwarf in comparison to our aristocratic wealth and our knowledge. You're like a dwarf. And my sister, look at her. She's like a moon. And you're trying to touch the moon? You want to force my father in giving his daughter in marriage to you? Now I'm going to whip you with a stick and punish you in public. Now seeing this younger Brahmana is not retaliating, dear devotees. This is a very important point. He's not fighting back. He just runs away from there. But the younger Brahmana is teaching us that here, in such circumstances, we should tolerate the son and his words. And he even went to beat him, but he ran away and took shelter of senior Vaishnavas. Not because he wants the girl in marriage. He's not desperate for marriage, but he's desperately waiting to prove the words of older Brahmana right. so he doesn't get sinful reactions for speaking lies. For this one lie, how much the younger Brahmana is going through to protect somebody else's truth, not even his truth, or the other not even his truth, but he's ready to go through all these emotions. He calls Gram Panchayat, the villagers, a meeting, a gathering in village, and he speaks his heart out there. He's telling what all happened. He tells about the older Brahmana promising him. He has given his words, but he's not able to keep up his words now. So the Gram Panchayat, they ask the older Brahmana, okay, come on, open your mouth and tell us what has happened. They're asking the older Brahmana. What do you have to say? Now the older Brahmana had to speak. He was forced to speak. The older Brahmana with folded hands, with his palms, he told everyone, I'm not having remembrance like this. I'm not remembering what I said because of my old age, And he says that and keeps quiet. Now, obviously, his son has to come into picture, right? The younger son takes over the whole situation. He starts coming up with a new story that never happened and speaks very confidently. You know what? I'll tell you what happened. My father, he took a lot of money for his yatra. And this younger fellow, Dana, without any wealth, he was looking for wealth of my father. And what did he do? He drugged my father. He gave some intoxicant. And my father was completely intoxicated. And my father was not even aware of what was happening. And when my father dozed off, he stole all the money. And when my father woke up, this younger fellow, when my father asked him, where is the money? The younger one said, actually, one thief took it away. He stole it. And he lied to my father that thief took it away. Now he has the audacity to come and trouble my father. Imagine. And he wants my sister to be married to him. Now, look at this. He is the son of Bada Vipra. What kind of Brahmana he is? First thing, he was trying to doubt the presence of the deity. Now he's criticizing and cooking up false rumors to blaspheme a Vaishnava. These are completely against Brahminical Vaishnava principles. In fact, they are even against human principles to defame someone with a wrong allegation, a cooked up story. We have to be very, very cautious when we speak about others. Are we speaking the truth? Are we trying to defame them? Please don't commit that mistake. We are learning a lesson here, not to defame a Vaishnava, right? It's not right. Krishna doesn't like, or, he doesn't, obviously he's so dear to those Vaishnavas and you're cooking up a story about them. After all, the father is keeping quiet. But the son is telling, the son of the Bada Vipra, he's telling, my father is keeping quiet, but I'm not able to keep quiet. Grama Panchayat, please now you say, is this proper? Is it proper for my sister to be given to this rogue in marriage? Niche Papi, this was the word used. This fellow who's third class, we should give, do you think I have to give my sister to him in marriage? Whatever you all say, I'll do, says Bada Vipra's son, the son of the older Brahmana. Whatever you Vaishnavas in the assembly say, that's what we will do. But I think it's not proper to give my sister to someone who's notorious, who's nefarious, and who's politically duplicitous. This person is notorious, he is nefarious, and he's also duplicitous. I definitely don't want my sister to be given to a person like him. He drugged my father, he takes all the money, and then he lies to him that it was stolen. And now he's coming and he's asking for my sister in marriage. So you all decide. You all be fair to me. He was definitely doing some good word jugglery here. He convinced everyone that this what happened. Everyone in that assembly started thinking, it is possible, it is possible. They all got sanshaya, they all got doubt. It is possible. It's possible for people to give Brahmana dharma when there is greed for wealth. And now this is a very important take-home lesson, dear devotees. The people who got convinced that it's possible to give up spiritual practice for greed because of greed for wealth, when all of this was happening, the Gram Panchayat looked again at the younger Brahmana and said, "What have you to say, my boy? What have you to say?" The younger Brahmana said, "This guy is lying. The son is lying. This is not how the situations took place. I served the Bada Brahmana. I served the older one. And he even offered his daughter, and I did not ask for his daughter. And when he offered, I told him, you're a Pandita. You are knowledgeable, you're wealthy, you're very aristocratic. And where am I? I know I am poverty stricken, I am foolish, I am fallen. I don't come from any aristocratic birth. I told him all that. I told him there is a contrast in social standing, but he insisted, I will give my daughter to you. Then I told him, you ask your family, you ask your daughter, you ask your wife, your son. And he said, I will refute everyone. And then I said, okay, if you want to keep your words truthful, just say all this in front of a Sakshi. That's what I told him. I mentioned, you tell everything that you want to be told. And I told him to tell it in front of a witness. And then he said it. And now, when I'm asking, the son is cooking up all the story about me. So the Gram Panchayat said, oh, about this conversation was spoken in front of a witness. Who's that Sakshi? They were so curious. The younger Brahmana said, actually, there is this, the Sakshi is none other than Gopal, DT in Vrindavan. He heard this whole story and he is my Sakshi. Now, the Gram Panchayat decided, so since you're presenting someone in the witness, this is getting interesting. Why don't we have the witness come and speak? Out of the three, two of you have spoken on the opposite camps. The Bada Brahmana and the Chota Brahmana, both of you have spoken. Now let's have the witness come and speak. Listening to this, the older Brahmana is very happy because he knows if Gopal speaks, his desire of offering his daughter to the younger Brahmana is going to come true, right? And the truth of the younger Brahmana, how much faith he has on Gopal, it's going to get glorified now. At the same time, if Gopal speaks the truth, my son's faith in Krishna's deity's form will increase because he now thinks the deity can speak, deity can talk. If Gopal gives Sakshi, then I will be giving my daughter in marriage to this younger Brahmana. And the son also says, oh yeah, I agree with my father. If Gopal gives the Sakshi, then I'll also give my sister in marriage to this younger Brahmana. But look at it, both of their consciousness were at different levels though, right? The younger Brahmana wanted the older Brahmana's words to come true. The older Brahmana wanted the younger Brahmana's glory to come out if Sakshi is going to come and speak. And the son in the middle, he is speaking all this out of lack of faith. This is the point, about the three people. They are at different levels of consciousness. Now, at this time, the younger Brahmana says, okay, so this Sakshi that we are talking about, he is a great personality. His words are considered to be the truth by all the three worlds. In Bhagavad Gita, he is glorified everywhere. So his words are certainly Praman. So I want to call him as a Sakshi in my life. So now a lesson to be noted is that sometimes we may be in situations such that of an younger Brahmana. What is the situation of the younger Brahmana? The younger Brahmana served the older Brahmana for Krishna's pleasure. It was selfless, ahituki apratihata, selfless, unconditional and uninterrupted. He did not desire anything. But we sometimes could be in that boat where, like a younger Brahmana, our situation is also that of genuine service. But look at how much testing is going on here. It's not easy. We have to go through, we have to be tested to see if our service is genuine or not. So this younger Brahmana is going through so much. In public, he was criticized by the son of the older Brahmana with some cooked up story. And amidst all this, the only witness on the side of the younger Brahmana is Krishna. Now this Chota Brahmana, imagine he's going to Vrindavan now. He is in Vidyanagar in Andhra Pradesh, and they went to Vrindavan for yatra and they came back. And now, to prove the point, he is walking all the way to Vrindavan to bring Gopal back with him to Andhra Pradesh. Imagine, dear devotees, what a devoted person he is. The Chota Vipra then reached Vrindavan. He offered his obeisances to Lord Gopal and he spoke about everything that had happened at Vidyanagar in his hometown. My Lord, you're the Lord of Brahmanas. You're the most merciful. Kindly protect the dharma of these two Vipras. Please show mercy on us. You know, Lord, I'm not coming to you and fighting this case for my happiness of associating with the daughter of the older Brahmana. I don't want the daughter. That is not why I'm coming here. I'm fighting this out of to prove the point or to keep the promise that the older Brahmana made in front of you as Vigraha. I don't want you to be taken as a piece of stone that people can think, okay, whatever I speak in front of a stone, no one cares. No, that's not what I want people to think. I want people to understand that you're a living person and every word of a Vaishnava should come true. I'm just fighting for that. Please understand, my Lord. This older Brahmana who has lived his life with integrity, may his words not go false. My Lord, I want you to come and give me Sakshi. I want you to be my Sakshi. Oh, merciful Lord, please be my witness. If you don't come and give witness to me, then he will get the sin for lying in front of you. That's not what I want. Please. When Krishna was hearing all this, as Gopal in Vrindavan, he started speaking. Krishna, the Gopal of Vrindavan, he starts speaking. Can you imagine? Not at all. I'm not able to imagine that. Krishna said, don't worry. He told Chota Vipra, go back to your own house and bring all devotees together. And go there and remember me. Keep me in your thoughts. And when you remember me, I'm going to appear there. I'm going to give witness, Sakshi. I'll personally protect the truthful words of both of you Brahmanas. Don't worry about it. At that time, the younger Brahmana said, my Lord, even if you appear in a four-handed form, let's say I leave you here and you go back and I go back to my village, get all the devotees together, remember you, and you appear in a four-handed form as Vishnu and you give Sakshi. Still nobody is going to believe you. Why? Because that form is there everywhere. But which form was specially there when this transaction took place? When this Vagdan took place, which form were you in? That is that form. So the Vishnu form appearing and giving Sakshi is not the point, my Lord. That form who heard this, in whose presence we promised this, that form should come. Not any other form. I'm not going to accept any other form. I'm very, very clear on that. My Lord, the witness has to be that form and the words have to come through that lotus lips of that form. Right? This form has to come and the lotus lip from that form has to speak. Only then everyone in this village is going to listen. So therefore, my Lord, you have to come with me and you have to speak whatever you have heard. Don't lie, okay? Whatever you have heard, you have to speak. Because there is a controversy that's happening there. You're my Sakshi and you should come. Now, Krishna, at that time, is bewildered. He's confused. He looks at Brahmana and he says, have you ever heard of a deity walking? Krishna is asking this to this Brahmana. Wait a minute. Have you seen or heard a deity can walk? To which the Brahmana is saying, wait a minute, Krishna. What are you asking me? You're asking me whether I've heard anywhere the deity can walk? But let me pause and ask you a question. Have you heard any time deity talking? Have you heard anywhere that deity can talk? You're talking to me. Have you heard the deity can talk? So Krishna knew, oh my God, I'm caught. I can't do much now. If the deity can walk, my lord, he can, if he can talk, he can also walk. That's what he said. But my lord, you're not the deity. You're not the deity. My lord, you are my Sakshat, son of Nanda Maharaj. You can do things which you have never done in the past. For me, you're talking, but for others, you're just standing. So if you stand for others and act like a stone, and for me, you can talk like Brajendra Nandan. This talking Lord can also walk and come and talk there. So my Lord, please don't talk about rules. Break all those rules for my sake. Break all those rules. Don't worry, please come. I really want you to come with me right now. Don't delay. I really want you to come with me. And Gopal smiled and said, "Oh, Brahmana, listen to me. Don't worry. I will walk behind you. I promise you," said Gopal. Now, the lesson for us here as devotees is that Krishna Vigraha, Murti, is just made out of stone. That is our perception. But we should never consider like that. When we lack devotion, Krishna is acting like a stone. But if we have that true devotion, the deity will speak. After laughing, Gopal said, "Oh, Brahmana, listen to me. You walk and then I'm going to follow you." But Gopal said one thing, okay? See, you should not look back and see again if I'm coming or not. That's my only request. If you look at me, I'm going to stop right there. You must have faith that I'm coming. The Brahmana was like, "Lord, without looking at your beautiful form, how will I know you're coming or not?" And Krishna said, "I will express to you by my walking. You will hear the sound of my ankle bells tinkling at my lotus feet. With that sound, you'll be knowing that I'm walking with you. You don't have to turn around to see me. Just by hearing the sound of the ankle bells, you know that I'm walking behind you." The Brahmana said, "My wonderful Lord, I agree. No problem. I will not look behind." And then the younger Brahmana was asking the older Brahmana, asking Gopal, "Do you have any other requirements, Lord, that I should fulfill?" To which Krishna said, "Look, O Brahman, I'm leaving Vrindavan for you. To give you Sakshi, I'm leaving my Vrindavan Dham. And in Vrindavan, I get nice sweets, nice bhoga, nice food. So when I'm traveling with you, you should also give me something nice." That's the proposal. So Brahmana said, "Okay, what do you want?" Krishna said, "I want 1 kg cooked rice every day with ghee. And so that I can, so that I don't get tired and all that. And I can walk with you. Just give me a little prasad, little bhoga every day, 1 kg of rice with a little ghee. I'll be very happy." So the Brahmana agreed. He offered obeisances and he continued. Now our Kaviraj Goswami Path explains next day what had happened. The Brahman, he took the permission from Gopal and he said, "Let's start walking." And Brahman started walking, Gopal started walking behind the Brahmana with the tinkling ankle bell sound. So the Brahmana is walking, he is hearing the sound of Krishna's ankle bells. He's feeling very happy that the Lord loves me so much that he's walking for so many days with me. And with his tinkling bells, I can get to know that he is walking behind me. "Krishna, you're the sweeter of the sweetest." So the Brahmana's heart was erupting in happiness listening to the ankle bells of Krishna walking behind him. In that happiness, he is cooking more and more for Gopal and he is honoring him. In this way, the Brahmana walked back from Vrindavan to Vidyanagar in Andhra Pradesh. Krishna also entered this village. Hare Krishna. So please note, Krishna as Gopal has walked more than 100 days, step after step, from Vrindavan to Andhra Pradesh by foot behind the Chota Vipra. Over 100 days. Think about it. 18 hours a day for 100 days. And in the middle, the Brahmana is talking, cooking, feeding Gopal. Gopal is sitting, eating, and then he's walking again. 100 days, Gopal walked behind this Brahmana. And in this way, the Brahmana came to his old village. After entering his village, the Brahmana had a concern. He said, "Wait a minute. I can hear his ankle bells, but I also am desperately looking to see the Lord." At that time, if I see the Lord, he's going to stand there. He will just stand there. But the Brahmana says, I have no problem. I've already reached my village. Krishna has come to this village. I'm hearing his ankle bell, which means I know he is here. And if I turn around to see him, he is going to stop right there. What if he stops? There's no problem. I can get the villagers here because Gopal has walked up to this village, which is a miracle. And of course, we all understand there is no way to use a crane or anything like big trucks to get the DT, right? Krishna actually walked. I will now go to every house, says the Brahmana in the village, and I will say, my witness has come, my Sakshi has come. So let me look behind. I mean, he was so tempted. So now he has this question in mind, like, I mean, to tell everybody, I have to know, first of all, if my Sakshi is here or not. So I must confirm that he is here. So I have to turn behind and see if he is here. And if I see him and he stops there, there's no problem because he's already in the village. There is nothing to fear. So the Brahmana, he looked behind and Gopal was looking at him, smiling with so much affection. And then he said, Gopal said, oh Brahmana, I will stay here because you looked. It's not like Gopal is punishing the Brahmana, right? You looked at me, therefore I'm not going to come. I'm going to stop right here. It was not like that. He said, Brahmana, you don't worry. I will wait here. Krishna told the Brahmin, you don't worry. You go to your house, go and tell everyone that I'm here and I'm not going to go anywhere else. Tell everyone in the village. You go and freshen up and tell everyone in the village and I'm not going to go anywhere. Be happy. I'm here only for your sake. This Brahmana went and he told everybody in the Nagara, in the village, that look what has happened. People heard and they became so astounded that there is some chamatkar here. There is something really, it's like a miracle. They are all very happy. It's like magic. And our Kaviraj Goswami Pad, he's beautifully written this. Everyone who came to see who that Sakshi, who's that Sakshi? There was this big, acquisition of this. There was a big. Everybody complained about this younger Brahmana, right? And now he brings the Sakshi, and everyone came. And when they saw Gopal, everyone they offered obeisances, and not just that. Their hearts were all erupting in happiness, looking at the beautiful form of Gopal. They looked at each other with surprise. Oh my God, what are we seeing? DT has come all the way walking. How is it possible for the DT to come? What level of love does this Brahmana have? Oh my God, this is something unbelievable. Right? The older Brahmana also came to take the darshan of the Lord. He became so happy. He said, my Lord, I came and I saw you in Vrindavan and now I am seeing you again all over. To my village, you have walked all the way. Thank you, Lord, for coming. Now I know the world will glorify this younger Brahmana for his devotion. And my son's confusion will be broken. My daughter will have a good husband. My Lord, thank you for coming. This is something that I'm not able to understand if it's dream or a dream or am I really seeing this? The Lord of the universe is intervening in the life of two great Vaishnavas. Look at this. Imagine. The Supreme Lord loves his devotees so much that just because they had some quarrel, Krishna is coming to personally intervene. In the presence of everyone, Gopal gave Sakshi. And because it was crystal clear what has happened, the older Brahmana in happiness gave his daughter in marriage to the younger Brahmana. When everything settled down, so the marriage has happened now. Everybody is convinced the Supreme Lord as the witness. Who will not agree? When everything settled down, the younger Brahmana and the older Brahmana in seclusion, they went to Gopal and they started crying. They said, my Lord, imagine, Lord is walking 100 days with this Chota Brahmana. Can you imagine what all he's doing for a devotee who has love, who has pure love? As I said, everything in this material world, we always expect something in return, a favor. If I do something, what am I going to get from him, right? That is our mentality. But here, it was apratihata, undeviated, uninterrupted. There was no expectation. And because it is up, because it was unmotivated, the Lord came for us. At that time, look at what Gopal spoke to the two Brahmanas. The Lord spoke to the two Brahmanas. The Lord spoke that lifetime after lifetime, you both are my servants. How can I reject you? How can I see dejection in your life? The Lord of creation told the two Brahmanas, lifetime after lifetime, you will become my servants. How can I reject you? The Supreme Lord is giving a secret here. He's telling the Brahmana, both of you have kept truth, and I'm very happy. Have become happy for the fact that both of you are truthful. Now, both of you ask me for some benediction. Being very happy, both the Brahmanas asked for a benediction. What is the benediction that they are asking from the Supreme Lord? My Lord, if you really want to give us a benediction, don't go back to Vrindavan. Just stay here. We are so happy having you in Vidyanagar, and we don't want you to go back to your Dham, Vrindavan Dham. No. Just stay here. That is the benediction we want. So the whole world, why we want you to stay here, you should understand, my Lord. The whole world will get to know how much you love your devotees. The whole world will know. When you stay here, everybody will know. My Lord, just stay here. Don't go back to Vrindavan. Imagine the Lord of Vrindavan, the son of Nanda Maharaj, Yashodamma, is giving up Vrindavan for devotees to live in South India. And he's deciding, I will never go back to Vrindavan. I will be here. Because this is the benedictions my devotees asked. Gopal just stood there. And the Brahmanas, both of them, they became the head pujaris. And they were worshipping that Gopal together. And looking at this, everyone came to take darshan of Gopal. The king of this province, he became astounded. He also came to take the darshan of Gopal. Looking at Gopal, he became so happy. The king made a big temple there. He established service for Gopal and announced in front of everyone. He is not Gopal anymore. Announced with kettle drums and bugles that his name from today is Sakshi Gopal. The Lord who bore the witness for his devotees. He is Sakshi Gopal, not just simply Gopal, right? In this way, the Supreme Lord, he lived as Sakshi Gopal in Vidyanagar, taking services from his devotees. Interestingly, Kaviraj Goswami Pad explains that Gopal stayed there and the king and the queen were serving him with a very nice temple that they built. Also, the devotees were all serving him very nicely. An important point to note here is that this story is spoken by Nityananda Prabhu. He speaks the whole Krishna Katha of how the Supreme Lord from Vrindavan came to Vidyanagar, and from Vidyanagar, he actually went to Kathak. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is sitting in Kathak in front of Sakshi Gopal with tears in his eyes, listening to this beautiful story from the lips of Nityananda Prabhu. Dear devotees, do we understand the fact that Nityananda Prabhu is giving the transcription of what are the glories of Sakshi Gopal from his lotus lips? And this is being passed on to the lotus ear of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And what Nityananda Prabhu was speaking and what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is listening, that is what we are listening to. We are tapping into their conversation of this Sakshi Gopal. So it's a beautiful pastime, as you all can understand. And I have to say, Adin went to Puri Jagannath with family last year, but unfortunately could not make it to Sakshi Gopal temple. We had time to only visit one other place apart from Puri Jagannath temple. And that was either Konark temple or Sakshi Gopal. And my kids wanted to go to to Konark temple. And because of that, we couldn't make it to Sakshi Gopal temple at that time. Knowing what we all know now about the divine significance of Sakshi Gopal, let us all sincerely pray to Lord Gopal that he blesses us with this opportunity to visit his sacred temple soon. That is all we want. I mean, he has to give us that permission to go and visit him. And that's what we are asking. asking for. Having known how Krishna is so lovable for his devotees, we should all go and see and enjoy that form of the deity. With that, we will conclude today's session. Again, Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Srila Prabhat ki jai. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It was a pleasure speaking to all of you in this auspicious occasion of Adi. I sincerely appreciate each and every one of you taking your time to listen to this pastime. It means a lot for me and my family. Thank you so much.
Chamatkar, as you say in Bengali. Excellent rendition by Radhika. So of course, as a tradition goes, it's a formal thanks giving on behalf of the organizers and the devotees gathered here. I offer my sincere thanks to Srimati Radhika Kasturi for lucid, inspiring, and devotion-filled exposition on Sakshi Gopal. Through her clear narration with Bengali verses interspersed and spiritual insights, she reminded us that Bhagavan is ever watchful over his devotees and that sincere faith in him never goes unanswered. We are deeply grateful to her for sharing these timeless truths with us. Our sincere thanks also to all the devotees who have joined in this evening, of course, morning in the USA. Your presence and participation are what that sustains this Mahotsavam year after year. So tomorrow, before we conclude, a small reminder. Tomorrow we do have a Tamil Upanyasam titled Parimuhan Perumai on Lord Hayagriva, starting the same time, 7 p.m. IST. And now I think we have a small interactive session. Once I log out, whoever is interested can speak a few words to Radhika, maybe maximum 5 minutes, I think. Okay, over to you, Radhika. Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Shubhratri from India. Good morning, America.
Again, I thank you all for your time. Let's connect back tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. I'm really proud. I'm very proud and I'm extremely happy to go through the whole thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you. Your words mean a lot to me, as you always know. I appreciate that.
Hare Krishna, Radhika. Thank you so much. That was a wonderful narration of Sakshi Gopal. Really blessed to hear that on that today. Thank you.